All right, Coach. Tough loss, but you forced 21 turnovers. You did a lot of good things out there. What positives did you take away from this?
Well, I mean, here's the deal. We turned them over 21 times. We've been doing that lately, and that's who we are. We shot really well from the free throw line. We got there a good number of times. Offensively, we didn't shoot the ball great from the floor, but we got a lot of shots because we turned them over. We scored more points off turnovers. We scored more points in the paint. We scored more second chance points, more fast break points. The problem was the first half was our game, the way we want to play. And the second half, we allowed them to play at their pace. And when they played at their pace, they got to the free throw line. We got on our heels. We started fouling. The bottom line is the game was won at the free throw line. And that's not the way the game was called. It was called fine. But we allowed them to attack us. And we were the aggressor the first half. And then, you look at that first half score, it's 30-25. That's our kind of game. That's not what they want to do. And I guarantee you they talked about that at halftime. We talked about we needed to maintain that pace. And we did not succeed in that. We won the first 4 minutes out of the gate, and then we just got smoked after that, And there's a lot of plays, man, that happened throughout the course of the game. I got to go back and watch the film and evaluate. Did I have the right lineups in there? Did we make some, the right calls? I think that I probably should have called more actions in the second half to control the pace instead of letting our guys play. But I trust these guys so much, But I probably should have, thinking back on it. But I'll know when I watch the film. But the bottom line is, man, we did everything that we wanted to do, everything that we talked about, except for the free throw line. And we talked about how we want to make more free throws than our opponent shoots. Well, they made more than we shot. Even though we shot a great percentage, they made more than we shot.
What was it that you got so upset there? About 13 minutes left in the game, you called the timeout, and you were really furious.
That's a good question. I don't know. I was furious about a lot of stuff. I think, we were allowing them to play at their pace, and I was talking about that. We took some quick, shots. That was our whole week was about no quick shots. Unless they're wide open. Or a ball screen, we were going to let a big shoot off ball screens because we thought they were going to guard the way they did. And we hit some threes off the ball screens. Those were going to be the only quick shots we took. And I thought we took it and we were getting sloppy. Bias throws one back behind his back. And that's not what we do. And that was in a crucial moment in the game. And it's not, that was one of the plays. And there was about 3 of them in a row. And that was the one that just finally I had it. These guys, they know me. I can coach. That's why I love this team is I can coach them hard. They know I love them. It comes from a good place, and I think sometimes that they need that. I need to get them, and I think we settled in a little bit for a while after that. But we just got sloppy.
Did you want to shoot as many threes as you did today?
No, we talked about that. Now, again, I was cutting the bigs loose to shoot threes. I think we have bigs that can shoot the ball. Karen Steele, Cam goes, 2 for 4 from the 3. I think he could have taken 2 more. I told Joe Pleasant, man, if you're open, shoot it. He was 1 for 2. You're talking about 50% from our two 5-men. Where we got hurt, is Bias is 0 for 2, A is 0 for 5. Those are guys that usually hit threes for us. It's not their fault. It just wasn't falling. All of our guards were 0 for. Our bigs hit the threes, and that was it. When that's not happening, we need to turn it down and we need to drive. We need to attack. And we talked about not just attacking off the bounce, but curling some down screens and back cutting and doing some things, getting to the rim that way. And I don't think we did that. I think we settled. And that's no credit to Southern Utah. They sat in the paint and they were gonna let us beat them from the 3-point line. And when we didn't do it.
It's got to be. Get 20 more shots than they did and lose.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating because we won every category except for the free throw line. And again, that's on us. We fouled. Everybody was upset with the flop call. That call actually saves us. If they don't call a flop, that's a 1-shot foul, and we ended up getting a stop. They only got 1 point. If they call a foul, then he gets 2 shots. So that call actually helped us. I think I've known all 3 of those officials for a long time. I've been doing this for a long time. They're all 3 really good officials. They called the game well, and I think they called it fair. I think I'm gonna have to look at the film. I don't know if that out of bounds. They basically what they said on the out of bounds call was, late in the game right there was it wasn't definitive. They had to stick with the call that was on the floor, and so they were honest with me on that, and so I appreciate it. I don't know what it was, but that doesn't matter. We had a good opportunity at the end. We executed exactly what we were trying to do. The ball took a bad bounce, you know. And I talked to the guys all week, not about this game, but just in general, that, you know, one play doesn't win or lose a game. It's the things that happen throughout the game. It could be the first play of the game. It could be the first play of the half. It could be, you know, one bad turnover. It could be anything. And so that last play right there means nothing. That's just a ball in. I mean, we've ran that exact same thing, and we have made that, we've got a score on that play, man, 4 or 5 times in my time here. And so we've hit on that way more than we've missed. And so it just happened tonight. It didn't go. And honestly, I don't think we deserved it. I don't think we deserved to win. It doesn't mean we didn't play hard, but we didn't play the game that we wanted to play, and we allowed them to score 50 points in the second half. That's not who we are, you know. And so if we want to win the game, we don't give up 50 points in the second half.
If you talk a little bit about Damian, the Tarleton game, he got his 200th career steal. Today, he got his 400th career assist, and just what he brings to the game, and just what he's done in his time here as a Wildcat.
Well, that was his only turnover at the very end.
Yeah.
Damian's a special player, man, and he's killing himself right now. And I've told him not to, and that even strengthens my point. I mean, he had 4 assists and 0 turnovers going into that. He's got 200 steals. That kid, I coach really hard, you guys know that, and I'm tough on these kids. I don't know if I've ever been tougher on a player than Damian Daniels throughout his career. And Damian just keeps coming back every single day. And he hugs me, and he loves on me, and makes me feel good. And for me to be able to coach him the way that I do, he's just a special, special kid. And I hope, I'm going to spend some time with him tonight. I'm going to go hug his neck one more time and make sure he understands. I mean, you're talking about 400 assists and 200 steals. I mean, how many players can you go back and, I mean, that kid's a Hall of Famer one day at ACU. And so he's won a lot of games for us. And honestly, I played him almost the entire game today because some other guys just didn't have it, you know. And so I played him almost 40 minutes. And for him to play that kind of game and have no turnovers, you know, all the way up until the end right there, man, it's pretty special.
And just one more thing, tough road trip coming up. You got the long trip to UTRGV before coming back for Tarleton, and then the next week you head to Utah Valley. What do you guys really want to focus on as you move into this 3-game road stretch? We just got to stay focused. I mean, I just told them in the locker room, I'm not going to come in here and scream and yell at you. I'm not going to feel sorry for myself. We're not going to put our heads down. This is a tough league. And I mean, you look at what's going on around the league. I mean, everybody, it's crazy. It's flipped upside down right now. And I think everybody in this league is good. Going to Rio Grande Valley is a tough trip, but they're all tough road trips. You know, the home games are tough. Every single game in this league has been like decided by 4 or 5 points or less so far out of however many, you know, three dates. And so there are 4 dates. We just missed one we had to buy, but it's pretty amazing. This is the best mid-major league in the country. I argued with somebody the other day about this isn't even a mid-major league in my opinion. I think we're better than that. I think this league is special, and I think you put us up against any of the group of 5 or whatever the heck you want to call them, and this league would stand on its own. And so that means that's a very good basketball team that we just played. Everybody in this league is really good. And so Rio Grande Valley is not going to be easy. We know it took a miracle last year for us to win down there, and that's what I just told them. I said, when we move on to the next one, and we can't rely on a miracle. We've got to go in there. We've got to play a really good basketball game to be a really good team. All right, thanks so much.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.